This is RSBAND Update, episode 365, recorded June 15th, 2012. The 200 mil milestone. Hello everybody and welcome to RSBAND Update. We're here this week and we have no RS updates to discuss, so we're just going to discuss some RuneScape news in general about what is going to be happening next week and what important milestone Jagex is approaching. So, Trekkie, tell us what this milestone is.
So apparently, according to Jagex, they are about to reach 200 million players or accounts. Woot!
Accounts creator. I'd wonder where this fits with other types of MMOs.
How much is WoW?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. How many accounts does WoW have signed up? Star Trek Online. Well, forget that one. That's not a big MMO. I just say that because I'm partial to that one. But it would be nice to know where this fits in terms of the biggest MMOs, because I think RuneScape was the first true free-to-play browser-based MMO to exist. So that'd be nice to know. But in anticipation of this mind-blowing total, they've added a counter to RuneScape.com, and they want everyone to witness this incredible accomplishment. We think the achievement is truly amazing, and naturally we want to celebrate with the people who made it possible, each and every one of you. So to commemorate this momentous occasion, we have put together a grand celebration, along with a series of events and surprises to allow the entire community in joining us in celebrating the 200 millionth account when the time comes. Keep an eye on the counter, and make sure you're around for the iconic moment in RuneScape history to unfold.
Okay then. Now, Shane, here's the big kicker. How many of those accounts have been banned or were bot accounts?
Yeah, that's an important question, because if we look at the RSBAND counter as to how many people have actually signed up on our site and how many of them are active and how many of them still exist, because we used to clean accounts out, our ID for signups is at 53,088. So we don't have 53,000 active users. We actually only have 4,500 accounts that are actually existing. So we've cleaned out a whole bunch of inactive accounts. So the question, as you said, is how many of these are active. But being free to play in RuneScape, I don't know. I'd say that I'd be willing to say that 80% of them are active and have been played on a decent amount, probably.
But, well, do you also remember during the first bot nuke, remember that RuneScape was averaging around 200,000 players every second.
Yeah, now we're at 156,000.
Well, actually, the other thing too, when it first happened, it went down all the way to like 50,000 people at once.
Yep.
So still a pretty good number of that right now are just bots that they just haven't caught, and most of them are the spam bots that spam your private messaging. I hate those things so much. It's so stupid. But
yeah, those are annoying, aren't they?
So remember, we went from 200,000 to 50,000. Three quarters of the population
so
were bots.
Basically what you're saying is that a number of these are most likely bots and people who actually aren't true players.
Yeah.
But, you know, the thing is that 200 million is an accomplishment because you are heading in that direction and you've been able to draw enough attention to have the 200 million apply to just check out your game. So I think that's worth something. Anyways, that's that. So when do you think they'll hit this? Because we're at 197,921,542 right now.
Well, so far every minute we're getting about like 100 people logging in, created. So, you know, you do the math. We got about, let's see, we got, okay, so right now, 2 million, let's see, 2,070,000 ish people to go.
So 100 people for every minute, you said? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Well, probably I'm lowballing it.
I don't know. Sometime next week, maybe by this time Friday. We'll see. But
Okay. Look. Oh, look. 2 more bots just came in. Oh, there's 3 more.
that's
4
certainly
more.
a pessimistic attitude of yours, isn't it, if you're saying they're
Oh,
bots right
wait.
away?
Oh, wait. 3 of them are real. Here's the real one. That one's real. That one's fake. All those are fake.
Oh, that's funny. You're funny. But anyways, more on that, of course, when we actually hit the 200 million marker. So moving on from that, the Clan Cup for 2012 signups are open. The tournament kicks off on Monday, June 25th. Isn't that a coincidence? We all know what the 25th is, don't we?
No.
That's the day the combat beta starts.
Whee! It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, imagine if there was a huge bug in the thing and people were using the beta to compete in Clan Cup.
Well, considering it's a beta, you're supposed to break it in the first place.
Yes, that's true. That is the idea of a beta.
I'm looking forward to put on as many weapons as I can at one time, and then just start smashing people's heads in.
In the Clan Cup? Are you going to be entering that?
No, I have no plan as I go.
I thought you did. I thought you had somewhere to do the Citadel.
I do, but they're not going to do it. I don't think we're going to join in anyway. I mean, it's basically going to be the wilderness clans that have like 300 138s with dragon claws and everything else. And once one group of people would freeze them, the other group would come in with like 2 claws, scrape them, and then 2 more comes in front, and rinse and repeat.
And that's kind of why the whole combat update is needed.
Oh.
But anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So Clan Cup will be, of course, divided into tiers for everyone. There will be groups for skilling and non-skilling and combined. So, I mean, whether or not you are a combat person or not. So, whichever clan you're in, there will be a place to sign up if you want.
Oh,
so
and we have
this is just generally geared towards a clan, so that pretty much anyone can sign up.
Oh, and of course, Davo just started up the RSBANDB clan again.
Yeah, he's managing the Citadel for us. So
yeah,
if anybody is interested in using a Citadel or seeing what a Citadel is all about or helping out in one, you can PM him to get details on that. We're not exactly a true clan, but we just run the Citadel for fun, I guess.
And if you actually get it up, it's actually worth it.
Yeah, so I hope that he'll be able to get enough people to do that. So if you are interested, that would be Davo338 on the forums. And I forget what he changed his RS name to. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, more or less the same thing. Just join our friend chat. We're open. Just don't spam.
Yeah, that works.
We're usually adding people in.
Yeah.
Once in a while I see someone asking how to get into Citadel. So, all right, don't talk to me. Talk to him.
Yeah. They say, on top of all that, we've also seized the opportunity to incorporate an element of combat competition within the brand new combat beta server. So a smaller combat-focused event will be running in the beta side by side with the main event on the regular servers. Take a look here for further details. So we got ahead of ourselves earlier, and we thought they were going to be running these on the beta servers, but there is actually going to be a specific clan event on the beta server that people will be able to compete in if they want to. Which is good, I guess.
All right. I'm looking forward to burning Shane with my Hadouken.
Okay, anything else about Clan Cup before we move on to discuss combat once again?
Good luck. If you enter, good luck. That's basically it.
All right. So we got another edition of the OG blog this week.
Ooh.
So essentially, what this one is discussing is skill, variety, and fun. So basically, these are 3 things that they wanted to bring into the new combat system. First up being variety, because they say mostly you can take the best weapon or spell available to you and always do the best rates of damage. While we have factors like damage type, stab, slash, crush, for example, They rarely make a huge difference in combat and are mostly selected due to the associated XP generation. We are changing that. So essentially, what you're going to be able to do with this is you're going to be able to use a crush attack, but get attack experience. Another example they give is that you'll be able to use an Abyssal Whip and get strength XP from it.
Okay.
What do you think about that? I think that's great.
It is good. I mean, it basically means that you're more free to use whichever weapon you like instead of the one that you need to raise up a specific attack style. But,
yeah, and you know, this was long needed because, quite frankly, who wants to use something that's slower like a Saradomin sword, or if you don't have a rapier, to train strength?
I used to use the Dragon Scimitar to train strength.
I know, and
that was before
that thing is slow compared to the whip. So using the whip to train strength will be a welcome addition for those of us who don't want to go out and farm a rapier.
Rapier's
so
cool.
I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
And they say every NPC will have weaknesses and strengths, reinforcing the combat triangle. That's about time too, because you know there's just so many people out there who go do a certain thing on a NPC just because it's like that, and it doesn't even keep in line with the combat triangle. Because remember, I don't know if you remember this, but when RuneScape 2 came out, it was supposed to have a solid combat triangle.
Mm-hmm. It did.
I think it did for a while, and then it slowly got compacted into a combat flat thing.
Mm-hmm. I actually remember when RuneScape 2 was just starting to come out, the beta came out, so we were all messing around with it. I remember buying myself a Dragon Longsword during the beta. Well, not buy, more of like my friend duplicated it and they gave me one. I was like, oh, sweet. Because you remember that there was a glitch in the beta where if you put X, or you put something in the bank, you put a number of items, you actually get that many. So we were people duplicating dragon meds like 100 at a time, dropping them all over the place for fun. But
no, I do not remember that part of the beta.
Oh, well, you were too young at the time. But I remember getting the sword because in theory the sword was gonna be the most balanced because you can do, just supposed to do stab and slash and everything else. So maybe now swords will come back
and
into play.
And that's why everyone used the Dragon Longsword back in the day. Then we switched to the Dragon Scimitar when that came out. Mm-hmm. Then we switched to the Abyssal Whip when that came out. So there's been a clear progression of weapons that people use, and now combat trading. So there's a clear progression of the weapons that people use, even though there are other weapons that are more useful. So, I mean, it's about time we have something like this because people have always wanted to play the game like this, so why not let them? And another thing they bring in terms of variety is new abilities, which are basic, threshold, and ultimate. So they're not bound to the combat method you're using, but they have equipment requirements. So defensive abilities will require the use of a shield, or ranging requirements the use of a bow. Now that's a good thing too, because when was the last time you saw a competitive ranger using a bow?
Never, since they started using chaotic crossbows.
Exactly.
Or red chomps, since they're training range.
Maybe maybe all these magic short bows that I have sitting in the bank will be worth something.
You have that many?
Oh yeah, from all the clue scrolls I've done, like 50 of them.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, making combat more fun. We're doing several things to add more OMG moments to combat. This includes new abilities that are frankly awesome. And everyone at the office is amazed by what the graphics team has achieved.
Okay.
Huge tidal waves cascading from the mage, explosions from blasting your opponents before, massive aerial bombardments, a rain of arrows pinning your target to the ground, cleaving blows from the warrior, so big that they rupture the very ground around you.
Or that basically means it caused a giant glitch in the game.
Maybe. And they say there's over 20 abilities to pick from within each combat method.
Okay. But
They're also adding critical hits.
okay. Critical.
And we already knew this, but max life points will be raised by the armor you're wearing.
Alrighty then. So maybe bandos will actually be really good.
Yeah, so life points will effectively increase by over 15 times the previous amounts for defensively geared players, with a 10 times increase for those equipped with offense in mind.
Okay. Currently, a common source of disappointment is being killed very quickly in PvP with little chance to react. With larger life pools, players will be encouraged to think tactically rather than relying on luck. Lucky big hits.
Okay, now this is an important note here because this is the kind of thing you need to be careful of, because you can program this in so that at this stage, when the combat update comes out, this will be the case. But you need to make sure that your developers are in line so that later on you won't have developers adding things that will take down 90% of the bigger life point pool. That's what I thought when I read that. And finally, they're going to make combat about players' skill, which we touched on briefly before, I think. But essentially, they say they want to players who master the system will have the best XP and GP rates available through combat. They want to reward players who truly master the new abilities, equipment, rebalancing, and target strength will find new rewards. So they're entirely focused on this because they want to take away the art of something like prayer flashing. And when you think about it, prayer flashing is like a little kind of glitch in the game. The prayers weren't really designed to be flashed on and off, you know?
We used to always do that back in RuneScape Classic.
I know, but still, that's not how the way the game's supposed to work. I've never done prayer flashing because, quite frankly, my ping is too high. 100 millisecond ping is just too much for this kind of thing from where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they mentioned the action bar, which is a 12-slot thing for abilities, potion, foods, prayers, whatever you want. So, more on that in a little behind-the-scenes video, but that's another preview of, I guess, what's coming for combat, at least part of it. So, what do you think? Do you think we're heading in the right track here, or?
Well, let's see it before we make judgment.
Yeah, because I mean, you can see a video, but you don't know exactly how well it's going to play.
But as I said before, one thing I am a little concerned about is the AFK ability of training. Well, let's face it, most of us do Slayer don't really pay attention as we're fighting demons. We're just clicking every once in a while and watching a little TV show. So
yeah, but
this requires more focus, and may interfere with some people. But if it's more fun, then maybe people would get back into the game more.
I don't know if they'd remove the AFK ability, because just look at RuneSpan, which they brought out, which is highly AFK based. If they were going away from AFK training, I think we would have seen something there in that kind of idea. So I'm not too sure on that, but I share your concern. But I'm not ready to pile that on yet.
Hey Shane, did you see this one here? I think it just popped in. Oh, well, it was last night.
Yeah, I got that. That's the next link in the notes here.
Okay, I wasn't reading every little thing. Never mind.
Yeah, so next up, combat, action, and adrenaline. So this is the action bar. It looks like any kind of typical MMO type action bar that we have, quite frankly. I mean, there's numerous rows that you could set, so that I think there's up to 3, they said. So 12 times 3, so you have up to 36 abilities you can use. Put anything there in this picture. We got potion, melee attack, something else. So, I mean, you can even do custom keys. In the behind-the-scenes video, they show here that, let's say you want to map something to O, you can just say you want to change the keybind and press O, and then that will be put to O. So, I mean, it's entirely customizable, which is something I was hoping for in this update, because that's a perfect way of moving forward with the RuneScape user interface. I'm just kind of
apprehensive.
I'm just kind of upset that we're not seeing this customizability pan over to the rest of the interface, like the things on the bottom right, like all those things that fly out. Like, why do we need to have that there? And I mean, it's just kind of confusing to have that. But in any case, I think we know what my article this month will be written on once this combat beta update comes out. Wink, wink.
Let's see. Smite. Okay, so we got some prayer stuff going in too.
Yeah, if you watch the behind the scenes video, you'll see that the magic spell pane has been replaced. That's this pane that's going to have all the actions, and then you can drag them to the action bar. So everything in there will be can just be dragged to the action bar. So that the magic spell thing that we've known for so long is going away. Other things are like kick and punish. So wonder what punish would be.
Talk to the hand. That's what I'm seeing right now. Talk to the hand.
Yeah, but watch the video because it definitely shows a bit more than the pictures do here. So it also shows adrenaline, which is replacing the special attack bar that we have now. Essentially, for every little hit that you do in combat, you'll gain some adrenaline. And for example, when you reach 50% adrenaline, you'll have the ability to use thresholds. So those are more powerful than basic ones. So,
but I wonder how long it will last.
I don't know, but that would be important.
Because the thing is, that what's important about this is that it's been shown in WoW. What people would probably do if they go into the WoW to go PK, they can start hitting on each other to build up their adrenaline. You know, like, oh, I have plenty of food. Let's just fight each other for a little bit. And then, you know, as they're walking through, they just keep fighting each other once in a while just to maintain it. And when they see someone who's like, you know, someone they can gank, suddenly unleash ultimate attack styles, and basically can still kill them in one hit. You know, you have enough people. So
yeah, that's an important thing to remember there, I think.
So, you know, unless they do something with that in the wild, or they really limit how long it will last. Because, you know, something like, you know, Castle War, yeah, you know, you can have a little. It won't matter too much because you can't fight each other anyway. But, you know, if you start farming newbie people there, that can be bad. And suddenly you just start ganking the higher level ones.
Ganking?
Yeah, it's when you gang up on the person.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Yeah, so Ultimate's at 100, and they'll automatically light up when you have the ability to do that. So, I'm wondering what's going to happen to our old special attacks.
Well, according to this, you're going to get other skills along with it. So
I know, but I don't know how I feel if they're going to make the special attacks disappear.
Well, let's see. Let's check out the adrenaline bar here. Let's see what skills they have. Okay, so I'm just gonna what I think it is. There's one that's eyeballing, one maybe to lunge, one maybe I think that one's to break a bone. The third one, I don't know what the fourth one is. Fifth one maybe to get some extra strength. I don't know about the other ones though. Higher defense, shield block, whirlwind.
I just want to know if we're gonna still have things like the dragon dagger quick hit thing, or what's gonna happen to the dragon claws.
Maybe they'll finally get nerfed.
Hopefully. But anyways, of course we'll probably be seeing more in a behind the scenes video next week because we are rapidly approaching June 25th when this thing is supposed to come out.
Yes, it's gonna be fun. And we'll have a whole week to test it out before we can give our judgment.
Yeah. And that's what we like doing here, of course. We like just having a kind of a roundup of what's happening, because by the time the show comes out, you're supposed to know what's been going on and everything. So we should be just providing commentary on that. But
all right.
In any case, we got another episode of Runecast. This time they got some questions from people who wrote them in. You said your question didn't get on here, did it?
Nope. But then she only asked like 3 questions, so I was like, well, that's no fun.
Okay. Some interesting things on this one. Talking to Mod Mark about a scale coming out. He said he wants to do a really simple scale, and that'll be released next year in 2013. It's not going to be sailing, and he admitted that was just a crazy idea some people got based on a screenshot they released.
Who in their right mind would think sailing was going to be a skill? What are you going to do? I mean, you take a boat and it takes you 3 seconds to get anywhere. And besides,
but
you're not going to get your ship back. That guy stole it back from you. He changed the name. You're not going to get it back.
But on the same note, he also said that there are player-owned ports coming out later this year.
Probably clan-based.
Well, they said player, so there's a difference between player and clan, right? So.
Oh, well, we'll see how that one goes. Might be one new daily thing that you'll have to go to.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it definitely should be interesting because that is something that would change the way we get around RuneScape. And as anybody who's listened before will know that I'm quite critical of all the teleports that have been added because it's just way too easy to get somewhere, to get places. Like, you can get to the mobilizing armies 3 ways. It's just crazy. So, I mean, I'm just kind of wondering how player-owned ports will fit into that. But in any case, the only other thing I'd like to mention here is that there is indeed a 10-year Veterans-Cape that is in the works. So that should be interesting. And they didn't say when it's coming out, but they did hint that it is in development. So those of you guys who have been playing a long time, you will get that cape sometime soon.
So when did you start playing again, Shane?
About 8 years ago, actually. I started in June 2004.
I think it was in 03.
Yeah.
Either
I started in June of 2004.
God, we were old. We are old, Shane.
Mike, I think, started in 2002 or before, but he took a break. But he would have been around for the party hats and everything. So, but he wasn't playing, unfortunately.
Aw. Can you imagine how much money he would have right now if he kept them?
I know. I know. Anyways, we're essentially done for RS updates this week. Just one final note that spins are on sale. So up to 50% bonus spins with selected squeal packages from June 15th, today until the end of the weekend, 28th. Players who purchase 10 or 25 spin packages will also receive a healthy bonus of spins up to 50% more.
Woohoo!
So if you need any spins this weekend, now would be. Thanks for listening to this portion of RSBNB Update. You can find the full episode and more at update.rsbnb.com. Also remember to stop by our community and join our forums at rsbnb.com/forums. We look forward to seeing you there.